music all over our house all the time, but my parents were so brilliant at what they did that unless you aspire to that level, don't even try it.
Yeah.
And I can't sing.
You still play? A little bit?
If I have my piano, I have my piano, and I sit down. If I'm by myself, I'll play around. But I was a dancer. I loved to dance, and I had great teachers, and that's the way I could sort of express music. I'm too afraid to sing. Yeah. To me, it's too soul-bearing, and the way that my mother did it was the most beautiful sound and expression I've ever heard. That
So I'm connecting the dots. I get this now. So now it makes sense to me.
Oh, good. Explain it to me, please.
No. It's not that deep. Now I'm getting, in my own mind, I see the dots connecting for why then it was so important to you to help rebuild this school and to get uniforms for the band.
The band,
I get
scholarships, the books, the joy. I mean, yes, you have to build up the structure of the school. Yes, you have to give them the reading, writing, and arithmetic. You have to give the safety and the food in the safe environment. But if you don't have the music, if you don't have the sports, if you don't have the art and the fun and the joy, that, each individual is unique and has their own path in life. And I'm not going to tell someone that it's, what you're going to learn in a math book. And this school, every day it blows me away what these young men and women do with the opportunities and the hardships that they were given. They've taken both in creative magic and are going off to run our country. I sat there at their first graduation after Katrina, and I went and looked at my husband. I said, guess what? Our world leaders are right here. That girl's going to be taking care of me in this way. That young man is going to be something that requires him to speak and inspire. And there are technological, genius. The joy and the love and the desire to make the world a better place and take what you're given and create lemonade, sweet, sweet lemonade is all under that roof. And every day that we're there, I'm so proud. I'm like proud mama of like these beautiful kids that are going to go off and save my life.
You think we as a country appreciate the arts? I want to be plural. You think we appreciate the arts as we should?
No, not until they make you $200 million at the box office.
Yeah.
But people forget that all the artists that create the film that winds up making that money are 350 artists of designers, painters, cinematographers, musicians, directors, dancers, choreographers. That all has to start someplace. It's all music. The choreography of a film is music. The choreography of your show is, a rhythm, is music. So if you take the arts out of the school, you're killing, I think, the soul of a creature. Everyone has music. Everyone has art in their soul. It just, it's the easy thing to eliminate when you look at cutting corners because you think it's all.
I just wish you hadn't told these guys they're artists.
They are, because I'm looking at him panning. I'm looking at the lighting guy going, don't light her down. She looks terrible.
They don't listen to me as it is, and now you're telling them they're artists. How I'm going to deal with that, I don't know.
That's why they don't listen.
Yeah, that's
because they are
back
artists.
to your childhood again one more time.
Oh, please.
No, I'm curious.
You're trying to make me cry.
No, not at all. Don't mess up your makeup.
I'm not going
to. What was the takeaway for you as a child getting a chance to travel internationally so young?
When you're a kid and you do it that young in the way that we did it, you don't know any differently. So we knew that, you get on a plane and you go to a different country and you meet new friends and you figure out a language and you learn that language, or you figure out the culture and you immerse yourself into that culture. It's not like many Americans, we're known for traveling abroad and then expecting everyone to speak English. So I was raised, you travel into that world and you learn about the culture, you become part of that world, and I think it just makes you unafraid. I think the reason we have a lot of people in this country scared is because we don't have the luxury of Italy being 8 hours away, or, a Middle Eastern country being 10 hours away, and understanding the human factor of a country rather than all we get, from the media, which are bits and pieces. So I don't know any differently. I know I speak German. I know my mother's is still amazing and the pioneer of go out and do what you want to do as a woman. Love who you want to love no matter what color you come home with. I don't care as long as they're good to you, but be good at what you're going to do because you've worked hard at it. And
here's the extra question. This may be unfair, but let me ask you anyway. I'm just making an assumption here.
Okay.
I would assume, Sandra, when you have been blessed with the kind of year you were blessed with last year, that you learned something about yourself. There's a personal takeaway from what you were able to accomplish, to pull off last year. If so, can you tell me what you've learned about yourself, what you take away personally from last year?
I've learned that I have a really hard time, and will always have a hard time, with compliments and good things happening. Because anytime something good happens, I assume the worst is going to come. So it's almost like as good as the year started off as, the better it got, that cloud of doom came over me, and I go, now things are going to get bad really for me. I feel like karma will always kick me in the and I don't take it for granted. I don't assume it's going to happen. I don't almost want it to happen sometimes because I don't know why it's happening. So you try to sort of go home, shut off the TV, shut off that world, and make home the real place. And then when you come out here to do these sorts of things, you kind of try and just have a thankful attitude, but know, again, like I said earlier, it's not anything I did. 350 people did it with me.
Well, I'm going to revel in this for you, even if you can't enjoy it yourself.
Are you going to do this like you did? Hey, hey, hi.
Exactly. Sandra Bullock, what a year. What a year. And this Sunday, nominated for 2 Golden Globes. Good luck on that.
Thank you. But Meryl's going to win, and I'm going to take her down. When she walks up there, you're going to see my heel come off, and I'm like...
By the way, speaking of heel, that's a nice heel.
This heel
that is a very nice
is
heel.
going to take Meryl Streep, but she's going to feel no pain when she hits the ground after I fling that at her.
The loving Sandra Bullock.